Hey guys, and welcome back to the next video. Today we want to talk about a town level which isn't like the normal town level which I'm talking about, and it's Townhall 9. On this one, a huge thank you to ECC Germany because they invited me to record those replays. If you want to check out Team Germany and just want like information about them, etc., the Discord link will be down below in the description. So if you want to check them out, feel free to do so. So we're coming into the replays, and one quick note, I won't like, those aren't like maybe the best or the strongest or whatever strategies. I think any strategy can work on Townhall 9, but in the end I think the strongest strategy itself is Witches for Townhall 9. They're countering the entire problem which Townhall 9 has right now, and that's the issue with trying to get rid of the troops. Like, Townhall 9 does not have the firepower to go through too many tanky units, and at the same time, if you combine golems with witches, well, then you can just overpower entire bases. So I think that's by far the strongest army, and at the same time, I will show you a couple of other strong armies as well. But if it's all about the best composition at Townhall 9, it's probably witches. We will go over a couple of possibilities of combining those, like with healers, with golems, what is better in what cases, etc. So we will start with the replay number 28, if I can press the button. Yep, well done. And we will check out the first attack, and this is going to be a dragon attack. I tried to like get a couple of different attacks in. There weren't too many, but God bless Nico. He attacked with dragons. And what he's doing, he's trying to take out like this compartment to make sure that he is getting 2 air defenses, which is always nice. The reason why there are 2 air defenses right next to each other is kind of simple, because you want to defend against Lalo, which means if you have loons, they will fly to this or to this side, the same thing at the bottom, which means those areas over here will be really easy to defend with loons, which means you either have to drop a rage or a heal spell to make sure that you like get your troops, your loons through that area, because hounds won't tank it. Hounds will be over here at the air defenses, which are completely useless. So those areas are really pesky for loons, which is super annoying. So that's the reason why they're so stacked, those air defenses, which means 2 on the right, 2 on the left. At the same time, this makes it really it's like easy to attack with dragons, for example, because those dragons take out those defense areas pretty easily. So that's always kind of nice. And well, he's just like getting the troops in, using a lot of rage spells just to make sure to like rage the troops through the core with the Tesla farm inside, and at the same time 1 skeleton spell, which means you don't need it like poison or whatsoever for dragon attack, because the splash damage of the dragon itself just like clear all of the defending troops, which means there's no poison needed. So you can bring 1 haste for loons, for example, and 1 skeletons, one bad spell, just to make sure that you can tank or like take out anything pretty much if something is still standing. And yeah, another rage, the last rage pretty much for this attack. 1 nice bounce of the Deck Dragon onto the CC, and that's it with the space, like completely directed, which is nice. And yeah, then we will come now to the witch attacks. There were so many witch attacks. I think I have 2 other strategies as well, but first off, we have to go through the witch attacks, and there are a couple of possibilities of using this strat. The first one is with 3 golems, 2 jump, 1 rage, 1 heal. Most of the time, it's this comp is probably the best out of the comps there are out there for Townhall 9. The reason is, just check out the golem over here. This is a maxed king, and the golem is taking like 0 damage. If I have this on Townhall 12, where the enemy king is on my golem and 2-point defenses, my golem is dead in like 2 seconds. While this golem is still alive and can still tank and do whatever he wants, while the other golem is in the Tesla farm while tanking every single defense and is so slowly dying. This is like the huge problem for Townhall 9, because you have 3 big groups coming in your base pretty much, and you have 3 tanks in front of them, like in front of each of those arrows were a golem. And at the same time, even if those golem die, then you have like an army of skeletons running at you. And there's no defense at Tower 9 which can handle all of those troops, which is a super big issue. So that's why this attack strategy is so powerful at Tower 9. Pretty much any attack strategy with a lot of tanks is super powerful. So for example, if you do a kill squad attack with 2 golems, something like that, it's super strong. So in the end, you can pretty much do anything on Tower 9. That's how it is right now. But yeah, if you want to do like the most effective thing, then it's probably boulders, witches, and the golems. In your CC, you should always bring boulders with you because they're like a really nice supportive troop for the core squad. And yeah, that's basically it. At the same time, we will take a look at a couple of different army compositions with witches as well, like with other spell compositions, and at the same time with, for example, healers. But first, we take a look at the next attack, which is a kill squad lalo attack. And this is super strong as well because let's take a look at this golem. There are 3-point defenses and the enemy queen once again maxed. And the golem is taking so slowly damage, like, I don't know how many seconds. Like, do they need like 10 seconds with 3-point defenses and an enemy, like a max enemy queen, to take out this golem? Like only the first big golem, the beefy one, and still you still have the small golemites for tanking. So that's, to me, is insane. And this, like I said, is the big issue of Tower 9, with just the troops being too tanky. And yeah, that's why you should use those golems in front of your troops. Or lava hounds. Lava hounds are super strong as well. What he's doing is trying to like do something a little bit YOLO, I guess. I wouldn't recommend it too often, but sometimes it can work. A dragon, like electro dragon, in front of your your lalo part, because it's super strong if there are storages inside of the base with nice bounces. Because the electro dragon, this is a max electro dragon, can one-shot pretty much any Tower 9 building with this rage, which means it's super strong. And then we can see like there are 2 air defenses shooting at this lava hound, so it's tanking quite a lot. There's 1 more lava hound coming in, a couple of more loons, 1 heal spell to keep all of the loons alive, and make them even more tanky. Black mine, and the lava hound is coming over to the other air defense. 1 nice freeze onto the air defense to keep a little bit more loons and the hound itself alive. And yeah, that's it for this base. Completely wrecked. The last 2 mortars can't really do anything about that. And this means we have the next triple. And like I said, in my opinion, the Boulder Witch attack, like the Golem Boulder Witch attack, in combination with the Kill Squad, Hawk, or Lalo attack, are the strongest on Townhall 9. There are a lot of other strategies out there, for example, Queen Charge Baby Dragon, Mass Baby Dragon, Queen Charge Hawk, Queen Charge Lalo, whatever. They're out there as well. They're really good. But I don't think that they are like the most, like the strongest overall. But yeah, let's see. We have a couple of more attacks on the other side as well. We'll start off with number 26 with Zaki attacking. And this is going to be a Boulder Witch attack, but this time it's going to be with 4 healers. So the difference in the other 3 golem strat is that on this one, you don't bring a tank in front of the corner witches, like the flank troops, like on those. You bring healers with you, which means it's 28 instead of 30 troop space, and pretty much everything else is the same. Then you're bringing like 1 golem in the middle in combination with your boulders in your CC, with a couple of more witches. And the reasoning behind you bring those is if there are empty spots on the outside, for example, like this, where possible giant bombs could be, it's always better to bring the healers because, well, if there's a double giant bomb, then your witches are screwed. So that's the main point behind that. Because the golems won't always follow or like run in front of your witches, which means they can only tank in the beginning. And you can see over here, like the witches aren't really dying with the healers on them. That's super strong, and that's the reason why you can bring those healers instead of the golems. In my opinion, I still think that the golem strategy, like the golem witch strategy, is a little bit better because if there are, I think it's better because if there are black mines on the outside, your healers are getting screwed really early, which means it's not that consistent maybe. But in the end, I think all witches army are like just super powerful on the town level. So yeah, let's speed through the rest of this attack. And we still have a couple of attacks to go. And one more with the number 29. This is going to be Kill Squad Hawk attack, which is always super nice. You can bring a couple of witches in as well. I personally love to bring more wizards and hawks if you need so. What he's doing, he's only having 2 cleanup wizards, which isn't a lot. At the same time, he's just like bringing those 2 tank golems, and they would tank for ages. The warbreakers to help to get into the first layer, which is really nice. And then, yeah, just getting into the base, the golems are tanking forever. Nice poison, and then the witches are following to get into the base. Nice rage to make sure that everything is getting even faster into the base. And then he's just waiting that his main squad, like his kill squad, is tanking the back and defenses. For example, like all of those. And as soon as that's done, he's coming in with the Hawk Riders onto those defenses and making sure that they group up at certain points. For example, at this air defense, which means he can use a really nice heal to heal all of the groups together to full life. Meanwhile, the king is taking out the enemy king. The golems are still alive, tanking whatever they can. And the big thing, what you have to do as a base builder, for example, on turn 9 is to make sure your traps are on, like, they have to be perfect pretty much. Because Hawk Riders normally don't die to damage, they're dying to traps, like the spring trap, which means they're just getting like springed off the map. Because they are so tanky, like every single troop is so tanky on Town 9. So we saw that last Townhall Cup, the ESL Townhall Cup, and it was for Townhall 7, and it was all about who is faster in tripling. It wasn't about whether you triple, it was who's faster in tripling. This is like completely, yeah. But that's the main point about why I don't bring that much Town 9 content. I'm super sorry about that, but that's how I feel. And this is going to be the next triple, and the last one is going to be once again a witch attack. We take a look at this for sure. One last attack on Banana Klaus, and this is once again going to be the 3 golem strat. Like I said, my favorite. He's bringing 3 golems, 1, 2, 3, and then the witches. On this one, what he's doing, he's bringing 3 jump, which means like 1, 2, and 3. And this means he won't have a heal spell. Like normally, if you bring only 2 jump, then you can bring a heal spell as well if you want to. So you have like rage and heal to support your main group in the middle. But on this one, he only needs 1 rage to make sure that all of his troops are getting fast into the core. On the outside, like, take a look, we have 1, 2, 3 golems still alive. They were the main tanks in the beginning. If you do this at any other town hall, those golem would have been dead, like already by ages. But yeah, those golems are still alive. The queen still can shoot everything behind the golem, completely stay safe. And yeah, those golems are jumping around. Witches on the outside are clearing everything. And this is going to be once again a triple. And this wraps up this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. It was a bit different than the others because, like I said, I don't normally do too much Town 9, but I had the opportunity to record this, and it was super nice. So I decided, okay, let's bring it on, let's try it, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Like I said one last time, if you guys need to triple, use those witches, abuse them, and yeah, I hope you guys get to a higher town level really soon, and we will see you guys in the next video.